Trisha Ben, would you like to kick off our December program of the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council? We can't wait. We're leaning in. This is a great topic. Your next is now, and you're the perfect person to start our program.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. I always feel incredibly honored to kick off the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council, and of course, properly elevate and put context around our incredible chair of the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council, none other than Kathleen Caldwell. She is, of course, the CEO of Caldwell Consulting Group and the founder of this council and the Women's Success Accelerator. And I have to say, beyond that, friend, supporter, cheerleader, and the one that helps us see a bigger vision of what we all are and also what we're all becoming. And for that, I know we're all very grateful. She helps guide and mentor successful business women to achieve their greater impact and income and thought leadership and so much more. So today, I know, Kathleen, the topic is our next is now. Step into your power and success summit. And there's so much of my love language in this title. I just love it. How we all step up, how we stand in our power, how we create success together as we create our own and deliver that success to all that we serve. It's everything that we're all about here in C-Suite. And certainly I know you are and everyone in this room. So without further ado, over to you, Kathleen.
Trisha Ben, thank you. Thank you. Such a delight to have you kick off our December program. And again, everything that you said, your friendship, your leadership as the CEO of C-Suite Network is so inspiring to all of us. So we're delighted to be in your halo as well and to be in the halo of each and every one of us. So thank you. That's right. And ladies, we do have a little bit of pleather thing going on. We didn't plan it in advance, but hey, minds thinking alike here. So yes, yes. So today's program is really, really important because we want to get your voices in, as we always do, because today's topic is going to launch an ebook project that literally C-Suite Network has given us an extra special opportunity with quick turnaround time here that we're going to be able to capitalize on C-Suite Network's holiday promotion. So I'm just seeding the way that I want to make sure that we get your thought leadership in, and I'll give you the next steps when we're complete. So with that, let me jump in and share just a little bit of context. And of course, thank you all of you to be here. We're really trying for we're going for a new colorful, upgraded theme. And I just want to give you a little sneak preview that our theme for 2025 is Thrive and Arrive in 2025. You know, I love alliteration, and it's go time for all of us. So if we've been sitting on the sidelines, kind of thinking, maybe a little overthinking, thinking about what's next for us, guess what? It's go time. And our clients, we're going to talk today about corporate clients, association clients, individual clients, VIP, all kinds of things, how we can meet the moment, ladies. Coaches, you know, as coaches and consultants, we're trusted advisors. We have a unique opportunity to help move our lives and the world forward. We're uniquely tapped on the shoulder. I know for each of you, you probably were tapped on your shoulder from a very young age as a trusted advisor, as someone that people went to for counsel and for advice and for friendship, of course. So now is the time. It's go time for us. So we're putting the plans in place that I'm going to share with you at the end of our program to what's next, because we're leaning into and we're stepping into our next is actually not yet next year. It's not January 1st. It's not the first quarter. It's actually now, today, go time. Okay. So curious, are you digging this so far? I love that Trisha said this is her love language. Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious also, I want to get your point of view here in a couple slides, is I think that there's a real gap here. There's a real opportunity as a result of some things that I want to share. And we get no better joy, honestly, in the world than to promote you, showcase you, and highlight you, especially in our programs that are coming up and our ebooks and all kinds of things that we have planned. Okay, enough of that. Thank you. Thanks for the beautiful introduction, Tricia. I'm Kathleen Caldwell, and I feel a renewed sense of energy and inspiration. That's what happens, of course, when you take 4 days off for a Thanksgiving holiday, a little bit of time to reflect. And this has been percolating in me, and I am really excited. It's time for us, the trite coaching thing that sometimes is said, go to the next level, but it is time for all of us to do that. And so I am leading the way, locking arms with you that we can do that. But before we jump in, I just can't resist. I want to do a big shout out to some of our programs that we've been having. If you've missed these are on our private YouTube, excuse me, our YouTube channel. It's public. It's not private, it's public for all the world to see. So big shout out to Angela Fowler. Her program was phenomenal. She is leading a global movement, ladies, and for all of you watching our replay, to make business accessible. And so we want you to tune into that excellent broadcast. We're all about bridging the divide, how coaches and consultants, trusted advisors, thought leaders can really be the catalyst to our fellows in the world. And we also had a fun Halloween superpower shadow party. It was great. Check that out. Kathy Dirksen talked about stepping into new opportunities. Our very own Trisha Ben was a great program. Sharpening your strategic edge. Really, really great program. Thank you to you, Trisha, as well. And of course, Deb Creer, adversity into communities and powerful opportunities. I did a coaching challenge. Carol Kamimer, thank you to you. How to optimize your LinkedIn and your branding as a whole. Did you know we're starting a Gent Alliance? Generous, enthusiastic, noble, and tenacious are male allies to support us as women in our quest to be better coaches and consultants, make introductions, and to be our fellows in the world. Thank you to Christina DiGiacomo. She is our Chief AI Philosophy Officer Liaison. So big shout out to Christina. We lean on her a lot for AI. Thank you to you, Christina. We know you're on on your phone there. Gloria St. Martin Lowry talking about allies, advocates in corporate, and our very own, of course, Sheila Anderson, how to supercharge your perseverance. Okay, great programs. So thank you. We're on our broadcast every Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. We are putting the pedal to the metal, and my team and I are helping us with all of this. So we're going to, with you, go to another level of visibility and opportunity. So this was plucked from today's headlines. Here we are, December 5th, 2024. These are just some headlines that we found that literally, this is already happening. If you have a news feed, you pick up a paper newspaper, watch the newspaper, turn on X or whatever it is, you know that things are quickening. We're past the US election. No matter your judgments about the outcome, the bottom line is the country is mainly moving forward. Business leaders are saying, okay, we've got to be able to adapt to the new administration. And hey, in the US, we have generally a new administration every 4 years, so this is not a new phenomenon. But today's program is how to position you to take advantage of what's happening in the world for what's next. Okay. So you can see all of the headlines. There's always tumultuous VUCA happening in the world. But the thing that most got me concerned is our beloved Campbell's tomato soup could be at risk. Okay. You need to know this. So food manufacturers are wondering what's next for them. So everything is kind of up for grabs. And so there is opportunity always for us to lean into what's happening now. And I'm just curious, I want to open up our conversation because there's an opportunity for your thought leadership to come through, especially as members with our new ebook. So just know, with your permission, Zoom is recording our call. And so we're going to record, have our esteemed faculty members be able to be published in our Your Next Is Now ebook, advice and counsel on what's happening, how we can take advantage of the next new norm. But I'm just curious, want to get your voice in. What are you hearing? What are you observing with people, businesses, associations, organizations? Like, where are they at right now? Knowing that many people are saying, okay, it's December. I'm going to take a little holiday and kind of put my head underneath the covers, and take a little time off. Great. But what are you seeing with the businesses that you work with, the individuals, the coaching clients? Yeah. Esteemed faculty, jump in. What are you noticing? And as well, our guests, unmute yourself. Angela, I think you were you were the first I noticed unmuted. Jump in,
I
please.
am.
Yeah.
People aren't showing up to anything in December. I was talking to Dan about should we have an event in December, and we're like, no. Let's devote this month to strategic planning because nobody's going to show up, with the exception of this group. We show up to things. We're the, we're the rebels here. But generally, people aren't, like you said, people aren't engaged in December. So what better month to really, take a step back, reflect, regroup, plan, and, build the foundation for a better 2025.
Thank you. Great observation. And I'm noticing in my local community, because, in our council, we advocate global opportunities, global and local, in everything in between. And I'm noticing that my chamber mixers, my economic development corporation events, they're packed. So people are imbibing in the celebration of the holiday, but maybe not so much with kind of a business kind of webinar masterclass focus. So thank you, Angela. Yeah, yeah. What else are you all noticing? Jump in.
I am noticing that people are showing up.
You are. Excellent.
Well, maybe not quite as much. And I think people want to do a lot of networking and whatever it is that they're doing, so that the things that are all about that, people are coming to. Yeah, I think people want to celebrate, but they're also feeling a little, concerned about what's going on in the world. And there is this, the joy is not quite the same as it usually is, or except trying to feel that way. And that's why they want to get out with people.
Thank you, Phyllis. Yes, yes. Agree with you 100%. Yes, yeah. Kind of a little bit of an anxious kind of thing, the uncertainty for 2025, and I know few people, I'll be straight, that are actively now in December, like actively saying, okay, it's go time. It's we'll get go time when it comes January 1st or so. Yes. Carol, you just came back from Japan.
Oh, I did.
Yes, exactly. And so you have truly an international view of the world and what's happening, economically and socially,
Yes.
all that. Yeah.
We left right after the election, which gave us a little space, which was very good for us. Let us decompress a little bit and be in a different spot. But one of the things that I am expecting is that especially some of the federal bureaucracies that I care about the most will be significantly hobbled in the next administration. And so I am working hard to figure out how to reach those people at senior levels in specifically the National Institutes of Health and the Department of Health and Human Services so that I can provide them some tools for their transition. People who have been nose down in any industry are not spending time on their LinkedIn profile. But if you need to find your next position, you need a great LinkedIn profile. And I know that I can be that person that can help. And so that's a trend that I'm following right now.
Astute of you, Carol. This is so fabulous. Yes. Turning uncertainty and accepting what is into an opportunity. So fantastic. Congratulations to you, Carol, as well. Excellent. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Trisha, jumping in from the CEO perspective, what are you seeing from other businesses? Because you certainly connect with so many global business leaders as well.
Yeah, it's always interesting times, isn't it? It's sort of like we don't know for sure, but we have so much experience that we're drawing on, and that what is next and so on. The attendance at events, I find that one a very interesting one. In C-suite, there are no norms. People want to say, well, it's summer vacation, so it won't be busy. No, that's not true. It's the holidays, so it won't be busy. Not true. But also you could say true, true. So I find that there's really actually not that much that changes in that space. It's a matter of how you're navigating it and who you're navigating it with. And then there's also just not knowing and being okay with that. I'll give you a perfect example. We hosted the New York City Mixer the Tuesday of Thanksgiving holiday here in the US. Who would have thunk it? It was incredible. I mean, the place was packed. Phyllis was there. It was an incredible evening together. And I don't know, Phyllis, maybe it speaks to what you were speaking to. People want to get out, they want to be connected. But we also had personal touch and video invitations to tell people it was personal. We wanted to see them. Jeff and I wanted to be able to see everybody. And so that's what I'm finding is really, really important. I don't expect anyone to turn out without a personal invitation connection. I want to see you, and I'm doing my very best to deliver on that individual attention and promise, which can be very, very challenging for all of us, right? In terms of all the people we want to be able to be closely connected to. The other thing I will say is Jeffrey is famous for saying it's not about likes and clicks and things like that. It's about hearts and minds. I think that is absolutely prevalent. True in every possible way. If automations, I mean, everything you think about, use them as tools, but they do not make up for connection and the in-person touch. One other thing I'm noticing, and this is the first time I've heard this in a while, large organizations cutting back, large organizations shutting down. And this is really interesting in the political environment we're in right now, where there's like the uncertainty is not just uncertainty because whichever way you vote, right, whichever party you associate with or not, but the fact that there are large organizations making these major cuts or shutting down, etc. And this, interestingly enough, we'll all navigate those things. It happens. But it's made me even more, if it's possible, committed and passionate about the C-suite network and our whole community of what we are building together as C-suite network. We all relied on the enterprise-sized organization to understand what was credible, what was valuable, what was worth paying more for, all those kinds of things. And because of how much our world has changed, our technology, we had a session today on the technology we provide through C-suite. It's changed so much now that a micro business leader can provide better service, faster, and better quality than an enterprise-sized organization in many, many spaces. And with AI and all the different things we have happening, there is a real topsy-turvy kind of situation to look at in terms of those large organizations. So the brand that we're building together, C-suite network, becomes invaluable as that enterprise credibility brand that we each own and have responsibility for and scale. where those other ones may not be here always. Anyway, I think there's tremendous opportunity in terms of what we're building together and how we use the platform we're creating. So I'm very excited
Love it.
about all of that, because those other things we can't control, but I think they're happening. And this we are building together, and it's exciting times always.
And thank you, Trisha. And that kind of optimism of your next is now, of bringing what's next into the now, in spite of, hey, whatever the world is going to do, is a bold expression of leadership that I think we can all demonstrate for our communities, and especially during the holidays, the outreach and things like that. So I'm going to talk about how, in just a moment, some suggestions about how we can expand our thought leadership as, our esteemed faculty members. And we want all of you to come join our council. Just come join our council, be an esteemed faculty member. And I think that there is a gap right now. There is a beautiful void, and those that step in and fill the void are those that are going to prosper and are going to find even more opportunities in this next year. Now is not a time to cower down. Yeah, enjoy the holidays and all of that. But our mindset of guiding and mentoring our clients to their, step into their unknowns is so powerful. We'll talk about strategies about that too. Yeah. Susan, jump in, please. What are you noticing? What are you seeing in the world? Yeah.
To kind of play on a little bit of what everybody has talked about. Number one, you'd find people at two different sides of things, and how they can come together and have respectful conversations. How that happens is truly important at this time. I service a lot of clients within the office furniture space and leasing of offices. And I have been just in a slammed situation of projects showing up, because with the end of year, there are businesses that are looking to invest their money now so that they can write it off as part of 2024. But they are also looking to, what are they going to do in 2025 with this purchase that they make now? And also the pending tariffs, how would that affect? Can they lock in something now, reduce their cost savings at this point, still end up with something that is going to be an advantage to them by securing it before, December 31st. So you've got businesses that are wise about their money and are also willing to forecast where they want to be, to put those two things together in a way that they can make something happen sooner than later and know they've got the commitment taken care of. But that also means that there are times you're talking with people who haven't made a decision in a long time, and you have to guide them through that. So being able to communicate with them so that you are respectfully engaging what they want as a result, knowing that they're as uncertain about how that is all going to come to play, becomes so crucial and important. And I don't think I've spoken to a business leader that isn't concerned about the mental health of their staff, the engagement of their staff, who's feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, all those different aspects of how we live our life and how that affects our work life. All those pieces are coming together in different ways.
Well, Susan, thank you. You dropped so many golden nuggets there that was fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you. And I am also, Sonia, we'll come over to you in a second, is, there is a lot of time here now. And I'm pivoting my conversations to, would you like to encumber your year-end funds for your employee development now, and we'll deliver the program in January and February, like hot, 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 hot. Right. Yes, yes. Or extended payment terms or whatever it is. But as you said, Susan, the employees that stay are going to be more valuable than ever before. Right. And that's for the corporation, the association type of thing, but also for those employees themselves. They know I lead an executive women's group that is fantastic, because it also, an idea for all of you is, it gives me a track into what are they dealing with. And then naturally, so beautifully, they make introductions for me to come and work with their teams at their corporations. So it's kind of a side door. It's my side door strategy, ladies, that I'm sharing with you, the side door. And it gives me such insight as to what's the zeitgeist in the corporation and what's happening with them. And I'm so excited to be featuring their success stories, especially in a women's leadership luncheon that I'm hosting next Friday. So that's part of this global kind of thing is what are you doing locally to step into your leadership, your power to do something local. And it's so exciting for me to be able to have this local tribe that I have and celebrate them in a holiday luncheon. And then, just naturally, hey, tell me about your teams. Tell me about your organization. What is that association you belong to? Are they looking for speakers for 2025? So, it just lays the groundwork, which is so fun and easy. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Susan. Sonia, what are you seeing? What's happening in your world? Yeah.
So I think I've mentioned that I'm an astrologer as well. So I knew that beginning at the end of this year and moving forward for the next 20 years, we would be under tremendous change because there is breakdown in systems, because we're ready to evolve. So I decided for 2024, I would make a shift on the focus of my marketing into what's next and basically move myself from primarily working with corporations to working with individuals on planning for what's next for them. And I put together an assessment I use that has to do with understanding what really motivates you, what really doesn't, and then a special questionnaire tailored specifically to them. And I've begin to fill in my clientele there. And I'm using obviously referrals from a lot of the people that I've done business with because they saw me as a thought partner for them to, or grow in their organizations. But now it's like I may be thinking about what's next, and everything from I'm concerned that I might get laid off to I know that I'm fine in terms of my stability here, but I need to probably be thinking ahead of what possibly I could be doing over the next, 3 to 5 years. So I'm working with some women specifically on like, so how do you prepare for boards? And what do you need to be doing in that regard so you can be actually planning and understanding, how you build that profile, et cetera. But I was having a conversation, and going through the referral network, there was a particular executive I'd worked with at Warner Brothers that I had a lot of respect for, and I reached out to him, I think last year, and realized what his area of expertise was. So I had recommended a couple of potential clients to him, which did become his clients. And out of the blue, I get this, introduction from him with somebody else that's a top leader in that industry. And he basically said, I've, known this person, I've worked with him in the past, and, this is why I'm introducing you. And I finally spoke to the gentleman the other day. We're going to start working together. And he said, besides the way that David recommended you, he said, the thing that I really am intrigued is he says, like, for instance, I went to school to understand a lot about how to be able to do production, things like that. And if I went back to the same school, they're still teaching the same curriculum, but it's being done completely different in real life. He said, and so it's like bringing in that reality of, well, what has actually changed? Where do you really want to make that? So some of them want to be change agents, so it's really, it's like, I think it's unlimited opportunity for us to be able to meet people where they really need to be, to take a look at what are the options now. Because when things break down, the thing I've learned in my life, new things open up. And
Yes.
so being able to help them be able to focus on what's opening up based on what I know is at the core of who I am and what's my gift.
Oh, Sonia, fabulous. Really great. Thank you. Thank you. So many great words of wisdom there. Yes. And we know why your clients trust you and advise with you and so respect and honor you. So that's great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think, Christina, you were jumping in.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know, I don't know if I was muted or unmuted. So,
Okay, jump in. Yeah,
I guess, okay.
perfect.
So, one of the things that I want to share in terms of what I see out there and tie that to actually opportunities for everyone who's on this call and watching this replay. I think what we're experiencing is the long tail from how businesses needed to react in the pandemic. I think that people are now starting to understand or have learned how to be agile, how to collaborate, how to create partnerships, how to create projects together, how to get things out to market a bit quicker. And there's several conditions for that. But what happened during the pandemic is people, everything that they knew about business or how to do business was completely disrupted. And they had to learn how to do new things. They had to learn how to monetize their thought leadership. They had to learn how to, how to turn an event over in the blink of an eye. I mean, it was really extraordinary. And now what's happened, I think, is a lot of people have gained this muscle where they now can see actually business opportunities more quickly and are willing to collaborate and partner and do joint ventures, even if it's just a webinar, co-presenting a webinar. It used to be where people really, I think, were very precious about their audiences and were really precious about their customer base. And now people have realized that the way to be successful is to join forces and to share audiences, and that there's exponential growth with that. And so what I'm seeing now is the fruits of all of that learning and trial and error over the past several years, post-pandemic, that is now opening up a lot of opportunities for people like us to be able to reach out and say, hey, I see a synergy here. Can we talk about it? Let's put something together. And with the tools that we have now as well, it's much easier to execute on that. So that's kind of what I'm seeing now, is people are getting it in terms of collaboration and partnership and joint venturing.
Well, Christina, thank you. And ladies, let's lean in. And one word of wisdom from Christina DiGiacomo is, let's not be too precious, right? And let's not be too precious here. Let's collaborate. Let's get it. And in our council, we not only, one of our mottos and our basic tenets and values is we believe in collaboration, co-acceleration instead of competition. So there we go. That's great. Trisha, we know that's part of your love language too, as well, with C-Suite Network. So Christina, love what you brought up. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, great. Okay, so let's, sisters, let's put this in action. We've all got a point of view here, and my goal is, and my intention is, my team and I are going to be putting our intentions, our voice out in the world, and C-Suite Network is going to help us amplify it and get our voices and our point of view out there, because we cannot be the best kept secret around. The days are gone when we are the CEO's private, quiet, cloistered, advisor kind of thing. And we only have one client, and, maybe that way worked for some coaches back in the day, doesn't work for us now. So coaching is, we're bold and brassy and out there with our point of view, and obviously making a bigger difference. And so this is what we're planning. So I believe the path ahead, as we're preparing for 2025, which is starting, I mean, literally it's in 26 days here, is we're putting together our ebook. And so I'd like for our esteemed faculty members and our new esteemed faculty members coming into our council, is one of three things. I really think that our next is now our 3 basic tenets. And if you have a fourth, we will add that in, of course. But we've got people positioning themselves for unparalleled success, or mitigating threats, of course. It's the positioning, the mindset, the agility, the ability, all of those kinds of things, whether it's an individual, your individual coaching clients, consulting clients, or it's your corporate or your association, it's the proper positioning. And of course, number two, it's leading with impact and purpose, okay? With growth in mind, with all of the other, what are the lessons that we've learned? Collaboration, like Christina was saying, and just it's like a new level of making a bigger impact. And then number three is how to overcome obstacles. And we know this, a lot of our clients, it's the stuckness, the mindset, the old thinking. And old thinking is not an age, right? It's a mindset. It's that old kind of thinking that is really preventing a lot of companies just because we've done it this way kind of thinking. It's at an individual level, it's at a team level, it's at a department and a company level. So three different things. It's positioning and taking action. It's leading with impact and purpose, and also creating new communities and new allegiance and new alliances and new opportunities to overcome obstacles as a whole, okay? And to confidently step into the next chapter with the right messaging, with the right mission, with the right plans, okay? So we're going to be focusing in on these three things. And again, as I mentioned, if you have a fourth, that's great. And the cool thing is with our new ebook, we're going to use RSS technology, which means as you say, hey, I want to add something to this, I want to make a change to this ebook. We're going to do a lot of ebooks next year as lead magnets for our corporate and our CEO and our executive clients. So it's going to be where you get the credit. We're going to have a link in our ebook that if your link changes to your LinkedIn or your website, we'll be able to quickly change it. We'll also, with RSS, be able to update quickly as well, add our new faculty members to our ebooks. Okay. So just thinking about this, how do we bring Your Next is Now into the world for our clients and our prospects to be able to prosper and achieve more in this next year? Okay. So be thinking about those three things. And, as I mentioned before, I really think that we are bridge builders. We're bridge builders for our clients. So if this is a metaphor that, resonates with you, run with it, give us a little credit if you'd like to, but, we're building these bridges, and structurally, obviously the bridge has got to be completely and totally foundationally solid. But you can see from our beautiful bridges on here, shout out to our Californians, because I've got that beautiful bridge from San Francisco to Marin County there. Love that. And New York bridges and all kinds of different bridges. So as the bridge builder, how confident are you to be able to hold the hand of your client, knowing that, hey, I don't know what's on the other side for us or for them, take one step at a time and guide my clients from here over to here. So perhaps it's the time to reskill for yourself and for your business. Okay. So next steps, and this will be in an email that's sent to you later today, is submit to us. What are your three top strategies around these three categories, or a fourth? And we have a little description. What does Your Next is Now mean? What are your strategies? How are you advising clients to be able to boldly move into 2025? And C-Suite Network is going to post that next week. We're very excited. Thank you. And to be able to use this as a lead magnet. So imagine, visualize, picture, pretend the face of your ideal client, or what your ideal client is dealing with, right to them. And again, we're not looking for a big tome. We're looking for some key strategies. And this is going to give us some great visibility. Okay. Are you excited about this lead magnet that's going to be going out next week? Yeah, we're not letting any moss grow under our feet. All right. So as we complete our time, such great sharing to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just want to let you know, we've got our Saturday morning Women's Success Circle. It's gorgeous. We are coming upon our 132nd, 132 consecutive Saturday. Okay. Oh my goodness, such beautiful sharing. Thank you to you if you come regularly to our program. It's a great, great, great program. So think about for yourself, what's the ongoing event or thing that you have to build community for yourself? Okay. Always have something wonderful to invite people to. That's my big motto. Okay. And then next week, I'm really doubling down on the category of one. All right. So we are category of one coaches and consultants. And next week, we've got a special masterclass about how to become the category of one corporate coach. Okay. So would love to have you attend. That's actually on a Wednesday of next week at 1 o'clock Eastern. Thursday of next week, being able to tell stories with our clients and to our clients, whether you're on the stage, you're in a workshop, you're on the phone, building up your strength as a great storyteller is key, whether it's on your website, whether it's in your copy, your emails, whatever it is. So we're going to really delve into the tactics about how to be a great storyteller and make a bigger impact. And of course, in 2 weeks, you may not have a strategic plan yet for 2025. Have no fear. We're going to spend 2 hours, invest 2 hours. This is a special event. This is a working session, ladies, okay? Specifically for our members, okay? If you are not yet a member, come and, let's have a conversation. This is a special bonus event to be able to put together your plan for 2025, okay? You will leave this 2 hour session with a plan that you can execute for 2025, okay? In the company of really smart women like yourself. All right. So feel free to jump into that, register for that. And then finally, we've already got our January plans in place, ladies. On the 2nd of January, right after the first of the new year, we're going to have a very special vision quest so that you can spend some time visioning for yourself what does your most beautiful, ideal, wonderful, abundant, prosperous, impactful 2025 look like, feel like, and experience for yourself. It's going to be a very special, special program. All right. And I also finally want to announce something else. Who's heard of the winter? Trisha, you and I were talking about this before, and I apologize, I didn't write the name of it down. There's a phenomenon that's happening now, and it's called like the winter tundra, the winter something or other. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's a phenomenon. Essentially, it's a
The
90
winter
day.
blues.
Yeah, we're going to avoid those. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much.
Is that what you're referring to, like the seasonal affective thing?
It's a little bit different, but this is a phenomenon that's on TikTok. We're not going to go on TikTok, but
Oh, well,
this
that
is, yeah, it's a new kind of phenomenon that, and by the way, ladies, don't intermittent fast before you lead a broadcast. Okay. Just want to let you know that's not such a good idea. Okay. There's a phenomenon that's happening right now that's helping people. This is on TikTok for people to be able to get through a 90-day period of time that traditionally is the isolation, the winter tundra, the whatever. And winter tundra could be 40 degrees if you're in California, and to be able to use a period of time to really make a difference in your life. And so we are starting on January 2nd, a 90-day Thrive and Arrive accelerator program. 90 days for our members. We're going to have a special group where we're going to be doing this. And every day there's going to be prompts, encouraging a lot of posting where it's your business or whatever you're focused on. You're maybe a little bit of, hey, I'm going to walk 10,000 steps today, but at the same time, I'm going to listen to a new ebook that's going to help me get a new client. So it's all going to be together. We're going to set intentions on January 2nd. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful accelerator program. No charge to you as a member. Okay. So if you've been looking for the vision for your business and your life, but then also the tactical, we've got both ready for you. All right. Woo! Check out our YouTube channel. Come join us. Can't wait to promote you, showcase, and highlight you. Set a time with me on Calendly. Okay, it's Kathleen Caldwell. Let's talk about you, your business, what you've got planned for the next year. Whew. Ladies, we get a lot done in 47 minutes, don't we? Holy moly. What's your biggest takeaway from our time together? What's your biggest takeaway? Want to get your voices in here. Thank you. Our time's now, right? Because our next is now, today. Jump in. Your biggest takeaway. Carol, thank you.
So one of the things that I have learned from you all year is that when we pay attention to what's happening in the broader world, we can show up with our offer more tailored, more immediate, more urgently than if we just operate in our own little lane. And I so appreciate your, I don't know, commitment to sharing how we do that, how we look at trends and how we think differently. So thank you for that.
Oh, Carol, thank you. Thank you. And you are the embodiment of this. Look at how you have reinvented yourself this past year. Very, very inspiring. Very inspiring. And sisters, we know there are coaches and consultants out there that have been coaches and consultants for a long time. And this is an unusual, wonderful strength we can build, is to be thinking more forwardly, enjoying today, loving today, of course, but with that future focus. It's a great strength that your clients appreciate and will compensate you for. Thank you. And you're the evidence of that, Carol. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Reinvention is your middle name, lady. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Who else? Your biggest takeaway from our time together? Jump
I
in.
guess I could add something.
Thank you. Yeah. And then Phyllis. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks,
Um,
Diane. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
I think it's always been critical to understand like what's happening for our clients in their worlds. And I think even more so now. And to sort of position it as a way that, giving tips on what their problems are, I think is really that just seems to be very resounding. So I think that's one takeaway, that's sort of a valuable reminder to do that. And to be in the moment with them and to be of value to your clients and to be visible. So all of those are sort of my key takeaways.
How astuteful, Diane. Thank you. That's wonderful. Yes, thank you. Don't we always bring our heart? We don't just bring our mind and our strategy attack. We bring our whole self, right? To the coaching engagement, the consulting engagement. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Phyllis, and then Susan, I noticed you are unmiked, and Christina, we'd love to have you jump in too. Phyllis, your biggest takeaways, dear.
Yeah, more determination to go all into joint ventures. I do them and, but it's not as much all in. I'm looking for people to do this. And one of the things that why I'm not yet a member of this council is I have always worked very well with men. And a lot of the joint ventures and the partnerships that I start with are with men. And send all those women coaches that only are looking to work with women, send me the men, please. I've been very successful with that because that's how my career has been, what my marketplace has been. So I want to talk to you more about that. I'm enthusiastic about the gents thing. I'm, a person who wants to unite all the differences. And that's, my legacy, etc., starting with the generations, but all those other things. So that's that's it. I want to do more with all of you and with others in a sustainable way.
Brava, Phyllis. Love that. Yes. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for who you are and what you're doing, dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank you.
that.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Great. Susan, jump in, and Christina and Sonia and Angela. Yeah.
The
Susan.
takeaway for me is that acceleration continues to accelerate. It is not slowing down. And to do so, we have to figure out how we take care of ourselves, how we take care of those around us in order to be able to take on this increasing revving up, whether it's revving up to figure out a problem or revving up to accelerate a growth. Either direction you're trying to go at any time, it seems to be faster and faster.
How wise. And I think that as everything is accelerating, doesn't mean our heart needs to accelerate or our, anything like we are keeping ourselves cool and calm. And Susan, you are really the example of that. You are doing so much in the world and tapping into new markets and reinvention. It's, you are so exciting and inspiring to us. There has to be a portmanteau combination there. Exciting and inspiring. That word's got to come together somehow. And then that's you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Sonia, jump in. Angela and Christina will complete.
So what I'm gathering of this, obviously, is we're all recognizing that there's change. So if I was going to give a tip from an astrological perspective, is the
Love that.
direction of
Thank you.
travel is about decentralization versus centralization. And when you're doing decentralization, then you have to build communities and you have to decide how you're going to cooperate. So I think that we're all going to have to up the game for a lot of people on what does cooperation and collaboration really look like, and how do you actually recognize that it's about, making the pie bigger.
As the integrative leader does that and creates communities, right? Spoken from the wise woman there. You are, Sonia. Thank you. Thank you. Very great. Good. Angela, jump in, and Christina, and we'll complete. What's your biggest
Absolutely.
takeaway?
Awesome. In listening to you guys and writing my sort of rough outline for the thing for the ebook, I think I in particular need to step back and take the 35,000-foot view, because I'm telling people things like put alt text on your images. And that really doesn't mean anything to people. It means things to me, and it means things to you because you talk to me and you understand, but it doesn't mean anything to Joe business person out there that has no clue what an alt text is. So if I take the 30,000-foot view and say, make your digital presence user-friendly for everybody, that's something that everybody can understand, right? Because everybody has had to try and navigate an annoying website. So once I get people bought into that concept, then I can say, okay, part of that is putting alt text on your images.
Excellent, Angela. The what and the why, they can consult with us on the how, right?
Yep.
Love that. Oh, Angela, thank you. Thank you. Yes. And boy, we have experienced your growth and your mindset shifts just in the short time that you've been with our council. So we are so appreciative of you and love your background and love your foreground and all of that.
Well, thank you. And it's life is all about doing things and correcting things and realizing, this ain't working, and doing something else.
No true word spoken. That's right. That's right. Christina, would you like to jump in, and Trisha, just to complete biggest takeaway, and we'll complete then.
Yeah,
By the way, this is
sure.
my favorite
Happy.
part of the whole program, ladies. This is my favorite part. Yeah. Thank you.
So, Kathleen, I'm so excited about this ebook, and I've definitely thought about my 3 strategies. But I want to my takeaway is really embedded in the whole notion of what's next is now. and what that actually really means. Because the operative word here is not next, it's now. And the thing that's coming up for me is, what do I have now? Either whether it's an understanding, an insight, a capability, a message, a point of view, a perspective. What do I have now that that either I'm not leveraging, I'm not using, or I'm afraid I'm afraid to use? That maybe I might be holding back in some way, that needs to come out and needs to be brought forth in the now, because there's always something that we all have already in front of us, that is what's going to lead to what's next. And so that's my takeaway, is to really contemplate, your next is now to be, or what's next is now to be what's now, or your now.
Excellent. Spoken truly as the Chief AI and Philosophy Officer of the C-Suite Network Tech Council, right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you. Trisha, bring us home, dear. Your biggest takeaway.
I just absolutely love that. The titles within C-suite and how we create the now. And, Christina's leadership, as an example, Kathleen, you just did such a beautiful job elevating that title is so powerful and so important. That is the now. And Christine is a perfect example of creating that. And so I guess my biggest takeaway is just the power of this community, this space. And I'm so appreciative, because hearing all of the different perspectives, all that we're thinking about, we've all been through so many different nows. And so the power that we have to really create and take advantage of what is now, and the opportunities in front of us. It's exciting, as opposed to so much of what is out there is the fear of the future, the fear that things will be taken away. And again, Kathleen, you create an environment, that collaboration, that support with each other, sharing, as opposed to, I must, think of a scarcity mindset. I just so appreciate that, because I truly believe in every change, anything we can possibly think about or anticipate. By the way, I'm reading The Singularity is Here. Or sorry, The Singularity is Near. Christine didn't come off mute to correct me. There we go. Oh my goodness. And there's a nearer.
Oh, I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't fast enough. I love Ray Kurzweil. He's amazing. Okay, bye.
Oh my goodness, it's mind-blowing. So, but with any change comes incredible opportunity. And when you're with great people, you can enjoy that, you can explore it, you can play with it before, it's before you get affected by the negative. So, again, thank you to everybody. This is incredible. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you, Trisha. And thank you to each of you. What a joy to be here now with you. And we can't wait for the next. Okay. Lots of love to you. Have a beautiful day. Make the most of it today. Okay. We'll see you very soon. Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Just 1 hour. Okay. Love to each of you. Bye-bye. Take yourself off mute. Let's say goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love to you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Feeling of warmth.
Thank
and
you. Bye-bye.